Hello. Sorry for the delay, but technical issues. Oh, I had technical issues. Yeah. What happened was because I'd sent out um, invitations, I must have done it wrong. So when I tried to join my own stream, it said I couldn't get in. That's nice, isn't it? Banned me from my own stream. Ah, well, anyway, hi everybody. Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness, I've got so many people. Oh dear. Well, everybody, I am doing fine, apart from being a technical Dumbo and not being able to start my own video. So thanks to Zoe, 24 Carat Crochet. She just said, well, start another live video and then we'll figure it out later. Uh, Hi, Maren. You going to work here? Bye. If you're going to work. So. Hi from South Africa. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I can't keep going. It's all going too fast. It's like life, isn't it? Life's going too fast for me, too. Yeah. Oh, hiya. Hiya, Kelly. I'm glad you made it. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, I don't know what I'm going to chat about today, but as usual, I never know what I'm going to chat about. It just sort of evolves. I haven't got a theme. I haven't got a list or anything. Oh, Kelly, well, you're used to what I chat like anyway, so you didn't miss a lot. You can watch it again if you want to sit through 3 hours of gabble. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better, Kelly. Oh, I don't know why you've not got a picture, Craft Angel. Has anybody else not got a picture? Oh, no, obviously somebody has. Well, I actually looked up the pattern for this, Ephraim, because I knew that somebody would ask me. Um, so, well, let me put it down a bit so you can see my top. I knew somebody would ask me. It should have a bit longer sleeves, but I ran out of yarn because I was using Karen Simply Soft, and I just had, I think it was 3 or 4 balls. So it's on Etsy. You find a lady called Sassy Love Crochet, and this is called the Shabby Chic Bridal Pullover Top. And it's supposed to have a slightly longer sleeve like that, but I ran out of yarn. Oh, right, Craft Angel, yeah. Oh, you can't find the old stream video. Oh. I don't know what happened. I'm just going to go live and not send people invitations. I think that seems to be the thing. You know, because I haven't got the hang of it. I mean, I keep moving my camera about because I keep looking up because I'm looking up at the computer to read. Um, right, so it was on your screen. Oh, Amy, you've got no sound. I don't know. Check at the bottom. There's sometimes a little um, thing at the bottom where you press, to higher the sound up a bit. Hi, Nathan. Hi, Ephraim. Oh, now you can see me, right? Oh, British Columbia. I've got relatives over there somewhere. I think they're in Victoria anyway. I'm not sure. Let me have a quick look. I'm at address book. I think I wrote it down in here somewhere. Did I? Oh, no, I didn't. Maybe I did. Let me look under M. Oh, Vancouver Island, my relatives are. I know they were in Victoria at one time, but now they're in Vancouver Island. How do I decide what to crochet next? Well, I haven't finished off this big thing yet, but it's a bit too big for me to try to crochet it on a screen, which I'm probably not going to do anyway. Did I get my craft room sorted out? No, I didn't. That might be oh, right, Ephraim, okay. I might do a sort of a live video when I'm trying to tidy it up. But I can't stand on ladders because I wobble. So that could be a little bit of a hindrance, but I might take you up with me and then you can just hold your breath when I get on a ladder. Hi, everybody. Ooh, I'll wave to everybody. You're all going past too quick, and I'm trying to look in the camera so you'll see me. Then I'm trying to look over here to read what you're actually writing. Yeah. So, oh, somebody's dinging me. I don't know who's dinging me. Probably somebody on Facebook. Let me look, make sure. Oh, it's somebody. I'm going to close my Facebook down, otherwise it's going to be a little bit distracting. Yeah. Oh, you can hear now, Amy. Good, good. Hi, Lena. You see me taking pills. They are prescription. Oh, hi. Okay. Hi. I'm so glad to see you. Okay. I was worried that there was something wrong because I hadn't. I haven't heard from you in a while. Am I sharing? The pill. These are painkillers. You can have one if you want, if you need them. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay. Sue's very well. She has been working. I got a text message from her today because I texted her to say that our tickets for the Woolfest in June have arrived. And she said she's having a day off of relaxation, her first one. And so she's resting up today. I don't know when I'm going to see her. I really don't, yeah. Where's Mr. Gigi? Mr. Gigi is at home with his parents because, unfortunately, he's not my dog. Did I go to Aldi? No, I didn't. I stayed away. My Aldi doesn't have yarn anyway. Yeah, I mean, I was tempted the other day. Ice Yarn sent me an email, and there was some baby cotton, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And I was so tempted. And I even put it in my basket, and then I went, no, you do not need yarn. Don't need it. Put it back. So I'm pleased to tell you that I did. I put it back. Yeah. Hi, Cameron. Oh, I'm doing well with the Veda so far, but we're only on, what was it, day 6? This is day 7, by the way. I'm not doing another one. You have to make do with this as Veda 7. Not that anybody will want to watch it if it goes on as long as the other one did. No, I chose a top that I want to start crocheting, but unfortunately I didn't get I didn't get it started, so I'm not starting it now because I can't concentrate when I'm starting a new pattern. Oh, Vector, you. I'm lucky I don't have a husband anymore, so I don't have to hide it from him anymore. Oh, dear. Oh, Lena, you're sewing as well, yeah. You've never done one? Zoe, you'll have to do one sometime. Man, you're always out anyway, you hither and thither, you. You're like a little jackrabbit. I thought you might have stayed home now, more now that your other half's on more. Yeah, I want a piece of Gigi too, but unfortunately he's not my doggy. Zoe, is that a conscious decision that you're never home now that your other half's at home? Oh dear. Oh, somebody put on my last Vader where I'd got like 4 different colours of yarn from Lolly's little wool shack. And she said, "What are you doing with all that yarn?" And I thought, oh gosh, if ever she goes in my yarn stash room, she'd have a fit. But Brittany, you see, mine is what I call professional stash. If you know what I mean, it's not my personal stash, yeah. Oh my goodness me, Zoe. I'd be too scared to fly all the way over there. You know, it's a long way, isn't it? I'm sure my legs would give out. You know what my legs are like. But yeah, I don't think I could fly that long, that far. Well, I haven't got the money anyway for the ticket, so it's all. And also, I don't even have a passport, so so it's all a moot point, isn't it? Really, you know. I don't think I'm going to start a GoFundMe page just for me to go to America. I know you love flying at airports. I think you should move. Can you not get a house right next door to one? 10 hours and 40 minutes. Oh, gosh. I don't think I'd go anyway, Ephraim, because I'm scared about, my back and my legs if it's such a long, long journey. Oh, my goodness. That's good. Okay. Okay. My friend Christina is looking for some cheaper sock yarn. I was going to ask you, Kelly, if you're still around. I got her 2 balls that were really, really cheap because they were on Kemp's on sale. But you know what Kemp's is like. It's you went back and it's gone. Oh, are you going to Las Vegas? Are you going to see who lives in Las Vegas? Is it Cynthia? It's Cynthia that lives in Las Vegas. I'm she. Oh, I'll have to look that up. Okay. It's not for me because I don't. I've got socks I've knitted in the past, and because I don't wear them, they're like gathering up steam. Oh, you're hoping to meet up with Cynthia? Yeah, way, hey. Yeah, that'd be great. She's such funny. Oh, right, Kelly, yeah. She likes the random ones. That's the trouble. She doesn't like the plain. I found her some cheaper ones, but they were all plain colours, and she likes random shades. Yes, Kelly was so glad to see you. She's been proper poorly, haven't you, Kelly? Yeah. I think you gave me one of your headaches, though, Kelly. Yeah. Oh, yes, it would be great to see Ephraim again. He hasn't made a blog for a long, long time or a video. So, Ephraim Smackhand, it's time that you did. Oh, don't mention headaches. Have you got another one? Yeah. Who knows? Yes, I love USA yarn, but at the moment I am a little bit overloaded with yarn, so it would be a bit greedy of me to say yes, send me some, because I really have enough. Oh, hi Shirley. I was telling everyone that Shirley did a Vader, but she doesn't apparently. She just comes on almost every day when she feels like it. That's Jones, Blues, and Jam. Yeah. It always reminds me of like the WI if you're in. You'll have to get Shan to come over and talk to you, Eva. Yeah. When I do my craft room videos, everybody goes, "Oh my goodness, haven't you got such a lot of yarn and everything like that?" And you but it's not personal stash, if you know what I mean. Yeah, yeah. My stash has been accumulated over many, many years, um, from when I had the shop, which I've gone through all of the stash left over from the shop now, except for 2 packets of one pale green and one dusty pink. That's the only 2 packs I've got left now from the shop. When you consider that I closed the shop down many, many years ago. But all the rest of it is what I've accumulated. You can blame Sue because she introduced me to ice yarns. And OK OSOS has introduced me to Hoarding yarns, who were very kind to send me some samples in a rather large box. And I'm still working my way through those. And yeah, I keep looking for Ephraim's new videos as well. Yeah, you're right there. So Sue and I keep talking about doing an order from Hobium, which is also in Turkey. But we haven't got around to it yet. My bank balance says stay away from the yarn. Yeah. Oh, you have to come down again, Kelly, when your headache's gone. Yeah. It's very, very untidy, Kelly, because I just keep putting things on the floor. Because as you know, I'm not allowed on ladders. I get very wobbly when I'm on a ladder, so I have to wait for somebody like Sue or Kelly to come and assist me. Hi, Ruthie. Yeah, well, if you get the answer to somebody telling you to stop buying yarn, will you let me know? Because I think I need, what do you call it, psychology. Um, I need psychology to tell me. It's like people have, hypnotherapy and that for stopping smoking, don't they, and things like that. I need hypnotherapy to stop me from buying yarn. Yeah. I haven't bought any yarn this week, but I have bought some pinking scissors and some shears because when I came to cut out the linings for my big bags, then I discovered that my big shears are not sharp enough, and my pinking shears, I couldn't find the right ones, and the other ones I found of paper, cutting paper, so they were no good. So I've had to invest in 2 new pairs of scissors. So that's my spend. Oh, and a new battery for my camera. Yeah. Oh, I love it when Sue comes. She's really fun and she really cheers me up. I'm sort of missing her now she's gone back to work. I mean, I realise that she has to go back to work because, people need money and to live and things like that. But but I don't know when she's coming next year. Yeah, Brittany, there's a lot worse things than buying yarn, but I'm running out of room. Don't know. I've got to be. I mean, I had actually considered moving out the front room into the back room, but it wouldn't work because I've got all my wardrobes in the front room and they're built in, so it wouldn't work. So yeah, Grace is in Texas. When she tells me it's sort of baking hot one minute and then it's cold. Yeah. Oh, that's definitely Celebration Arty Raindrop. If you only spent £1.90, what happened? Did you forget your purse? Well, I'm going to Woolfest in June. That's up in Cockermouth, yeah. And I'm hoping to meet up with Claire. That's Bob Wilson 123, and I'm hoping not to buy anything, to be quite honest with you, because it's beautiful, beautiful yarn that they'll have there, but it's all the hand-dyed yarn, and most of it will be like a sock yarn. And I know that it's all so beautiful, and I would if I had lots of money. buy lots of things, you know, but I really can't do it. I have to think of the customers I have on Etsy, you know, what they will pay. And if I'm paying like £40 for yarn for a shawl, then what do I have to sell it for, you know? Um, it wouldn't sell. I'd be left with all these wonderful shawls. Yeah, well, I'm not trying to buy much at Woolfest either because my bank balance will tell me to sort of stop it. Yeah. I don't think that Sue will actually be buying much. We're just going for the atmosphere and oh gosh, Artie rained up. If I lived 5 minutes from the wool warehouse, I'd live in there. Yeah, I know what you mean, Zoe. I certainly don't need. I have made shawls out of sock yarn, Cheryl, but um, if it's the hand dyed stuff, it's expensive, you know, and I just can't sell things at that price. Yeah, yeah. Well, hello, Blue Lantern from Bahrain. Hello. Ruthie Gigi is fine, but I had him over Easter because they went on the holidays, his parents. But I haven't had him this week. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually, but the top I was going to start is actually, oh, this is one that probably Ephraim will know well. I'll pull it back a bit, then you can see it. It's ice yarn. It's called Magic, this one. I don't know if you can see it or not. I love this yarn. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it's got such a good yardage on it. I'd have to get my glasses on to have a look, yeah. Um, it's 100% acrylic and it's got 360 meters on it, so that's quite a lot, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to make a top out of that. Yeah, I know you like the ice yarn, don't you, Ephraim? Yeah, that's what I'm going to go for, Zoe, the atmosphere at Woolfest. I love festivals and that. Where do I find out where the yarn festivals are? Well, I'm terrible for buying a lot of crochet magazines, and they usually have little snippets there. What's on next month? What's on whenever, you know. And yeah, I know what you mean about the postage, Ephraim. It's really gone high, hasn't it? I mean, I looked for Christina. We looked if they did some sock yarn, and they did, and it was quite reasonably priced. But by the time she added on the post and that, it doubled up the price of the wool. So she might as well just get it locally and pay their prices, you know. I suppose it would be cheaper if you were like joining in with. I mean, sometimes Sue and I, if there's something that we really like, we join together and share the postage and everything. You know, it doesn't feel so bad then. But I don't know where these people are that get this cheap postage from ICE because I certainly don't. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm not having little Toby. I was going to have a Yorkshire Terrier for a week or two when his parents were going away, but unfortunately they're disabled, and the husband didn't get the all clear to fly from his GP. So I'm not looking after little Toby anymore, but maybe there'll be more. Who's got cold tea? Oh, I know. I've got about 3 or 4 gorgeous sock yarns that I paid for me quite a lot of money for. But other people, you know, paid like more than twice as much as I paid for that sock yarn. But it's too nice to make socks with it. You know, I keep looking at it and thinking, I need one ball shawls in crochet. There's plenty of one ball shawls in knitting, but as you know, I don't knit shawls. Well, Kelly is the one who knits all the shawls, don't you, Kelly? Oh, you've got a Yorkie too, yeah. My son was looking after a dog the other day. I went to see him. He was called Bobby, I think. And he was a half Chihuahua and a half Corgi. So he had like a little sort of bigger face, but it was like a Chihuahua. And he had the big curly plume tail. But he looked like Gigi had been stretched, you know, because he had the long body of a Corgi. Yeah. Oh, Kelly knits some gorgeous things, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, hi, Sol. She's got a cowl pattern for sale on Ravelry as well, don't you, Kelly? You've got a Chiweenie. Oh, is that? Yeah. Hello, Sol. Yeah. And a little Maltese. Grace used to like Maltese. That's why I handles GB Maltese. Yeah. Right. Do I use wooden hooks? It depends what I'm crocheting with. I like to have a variety. I like to have the bamboo, the wooden, the plastic, and the metal, because I find depending on what yarn I'm using, um, they snag. You know, some of them snag and some of them don't. So if I'm wanting like a 6mm needle or something, I'll get like 4 different hooks out for, you know, different styles of hooks, and I'll try them out to see which one works best. I mean, I'm a great Susan Bates fan, um, because I like that, you know, the shape of the hook with it. They've got like a very sharp, I don't know if you can see it or not, put it up there. They've got a very sharp sort of hook, a very flat-ended. I'm not very good at crocheting with the hooks that's got like the bulbous top, you know, like the boy. And yet other people crochet well with them. I mean, it's just really a personal preference. I mean, I would never say to anybody, oh, you must use this hook, you must use that hook, because it always depends on the way you hold your hook and the way everything, and what you're actually crocheting with. The only ones I couldn't use were the Addy Swing, because of the way I crochet. It didn't fit the shape of my hand. I crochet like downwards like that, and the Addy Swing one didn't fit, you know, fit my. Oh yeah, I've got some vintage crochet hooks, Aero ones. Um, oh yeah, I've got some lovely ones that I got from Grace. She got them from, oh, let me think, one of your stores over there. Oh gosh, let me think. Can't think at the moment. And yeah, I don't like the Addy Swing either. And they were from, oh gosh, one of the big stores, Joann's. They were from Joann's. And I have used them, but the yarn I'm working with at the moment, it doesn't quite like those hooks. Although I do like the hooks, yeah. I'm sure they will be used on certain things, yeah. I mean, the ice yarn up. Well, you can tell that's all I've started. It's a top-down top, and that's all I've done so far. One row. I don't think you can see what pattern I'm going to start. I bought it from Etsy, and it's called Lacy Shells Adult Top. But my printer hasn't printed it out very well, so I don't think you'll be able to see it very well. It's sort of like a bit like the stitch of the virus shells, but my printer's printed it out a bit fuzzy, so sorry about that. Yeah, I like the vintage Millwoods as well, the vintage Aero and the vintage Millwood. I like those. Mine came from my shop. That's the brand that we used to stock when my mum and dad had the shop. They only stocked Aero, and sometimes Millwoods if we couldn't get the Aero. But I used to like the plastic needles, you know, for the chunky yarn. I don't seem to like the wooden ones so much. They don't like bend the same, the wooden needles. I knit with one needle under my arm the same way that Ephraim does. And so I have I sort of bend the needle a bit round my bosom. You know, we ladies who've got larger bosoms, we bend the needle around, yeah. Yes, Blue Lantern, I've got some. Oh, that's somebody sending a Facebook message. I've got some wooden handles on Sue Bates hooks. I got sent some by Grace, sent me some. So I don't know who's talking to me because I don't understand them, but oh, I've got some really, really vintage steel hooks, but they're so really small. Just me, Sue. I don't understand you. I'm sorry. I don't understand GGX either. So I'm sorry about that. What on earth is Kozanek? I've no idea what you're talking about. Sorry, people, but I just don't. If you're not crocheting, I don't know what you mean. I can't knit on the knitted needles that my mum used to use because she knitted on short needles. And I can't knit on short needles because, like Ephraim, I have to have the 14-inch and put them underneath. Oh, a traditional food from where? I don't know where you're from. Just Mizzou. Oh, Romania. No, I haven't been to Romania. I've not eaten Romanian food as far as I know. I might have done, but in this day and age, you never know what you're eating, do you? You go to the delicatessen. We've got a Polish shop in the precinct now. I've not been in it yet. Using Sculpey to... Oh, yeah. I actually use like the inner tube out of the rollers that have got a metal strip thing up the middle of them. I take the metal wire out the middle of the curler and I use them on my... I mean, I bought the Susan Bates ones, but they're terribly expensive. And in the pound shop, I got a big pack of these rollers, you know. Well, I didn't get them. Sue got them for me. And they're just as good. Yeah. But if they're fat hooks like this is 6.5mm. I don't need a cover on these. I can crochet quite happily with them. It's just the tiny hooks, you know, when you get to 3mm, 350 and lower, they hurt my hands now because I've got arthritis in my hands. So, yeah, Jenny, she does puts that clay on the handles of her crochet hooks. I'm not crafty in that way. I just stick to knit and crochet. Me and my hair rollers, yeah. Kelly is alluding to the fact whenever she comes, I've always got one hair roller stuck in the front of my hair because my fringe just has its own way of going where, and it wants to go that way. It looks like I've had a hat on, you know, a bit like Benny from Crossroads, if you're old enough to remember in your English. It was a TV series of every day it came on, but he used to always wear a hat. Yeah, well, my hair's like that. Yeah, I've got amazing vanishing hair. Okay. Oh, did anybody see the photograph of me? It said on Facebook, "Do you want to see what you will look like with makeup on?" Well, talk about makeup on. It looked like I'd had plastic surgery. Everything had gone, and it was and I thought, I've never looked that glamorous in my life. Not even when I was younger, and I didn't have all the chins and the wrinkles. Yeah, Miss Diane, he used to say, Miss Diane, Miss Diane. It was so funny because it was so bad, wasn't it? All the scenery used to move and everything like that. It was like Cell Block H. That was supposed to be set in a prison, and if anybody leaned on the wall used to move. Glamorous. Oh gosh, I try to be, as my mother would say, neat and tidy and well presented. That's what I try to be. Oh, I was watching videos on YouTube on my TV, and I don't know, my TV like jumps from I'm watching a one channel about crocheting, and all of a sudden it jumps to something else. But today it jumped to an old video from Mel Hall, and it was when we met up in Manchester. And I must have looked at it at the time, but I didn't realise there were so many photographs of me and her together, or me wandering around, you know, my little wheeler. That was in the days when I could walk. Oh dear. I try to. I try to. Yeah, I've got purple pants on, so I've got silver, lilac, and purple. And I've got purple pants on, and when I went out, I did have purple boots. My niece came in the other day to take me shopping, and she goes, "Oh, look at me, I'm Auntie Jan," because she had a pair of purple boots on. Yeah, size 2 yarn. I don't know what to do with mine either. I've been browsing Ravelry, because you can put in Ravelry projects, what projects you put the weight of the yarn in, and you put how much you've got of it, and then it brings you up patterns that will do with the yarn you've got. Oh, excuse me. And I do that. I'm still looking for some really nice shawl pattern for the yarn that I bought when I went to what's she called? Not Blazing Saddles, Countess Ablaze. That's it. She had beautiful yarn, absolutely beautiful, but so expensive. But I bought two skeins for myself, and but I haven't found anything to make with them yet. Yeah. Oh, necklaces! I'm a great browser of charity shops, eBay. People have sent me them, which is so lovely. I've had quite a few donations from people because I do love my big chunky beads. Yeah, but for some reason I seem to have gathered a whole lot of wooden ones, and sort of brown isn't something that I wear a lot. Though I did wear something yesterday. And somebody asked me where I got my top from. Well, that was what came up when I was watching Mel Hall on the old video. It showed us both looking at the stall where I'd actually bought the top from that I wore yesterday. So I don't have a lot of clothes. I just keep them forever and I recycle them. So that's why you see me wear something different every year, because I'll bring out something that's 4-year-old, 5-year-old. I don't care. I'm not fashion conscious in that way. I know what I like, which is tending to be sort of gypsy-ish and things like that. Yeah, Kelly, can you give Blue Lantern any ideas what she can do with her yarn? Because you do a lot of fine yarn knitting, don't you? Do I make my own necklaces? No, I'm not that clever. I've got one that I broke, and I'm waiting to restring it, and it just keeps looking at me, glaring at me, saying, "You know you like me, so restring me." It is one of my favourite necklaces, actually. I was a bit sad when it broke. But it was a vintage one, and they'd used like a sort of a cotton thread in it, and it must have perished or something, because it just sort of went poof, and the beads went everywhere. So I'm hoping I've got all of the beads. I'll be upset if I've lost any. Yeah. Yeah, I like baby alpaca, but I can't wear it. I mean, I am hoping that the yarn I bought from Countess Blaze I'll be able to wear, because it's camel hair and silk. Yeah. So I'm hoping I can wear that. Hoping it's not itchy. That's why I was thinking of making a shawl, because it doesn't actually go against you. Oh, yeah, Jean. Is it Jean? Yeah. If you don't like it, turn off, teachers. Doesn't matter. We don't care. Have I incorporated beads in any of my crochet? No, I haven't. I have arthritis in my fingers and they'd be everywhere. I'd pick them up and then they wouldn't be there. They'd just be gone. So, threading them onto a thread wouldn't be me at all. Yeah. Yeah. I think you've used some beads, haven't you, Kelly? My clothes come from second-hand charity shops, eBay. I very, very seldom buy anything that's new because I like it. The style of clothes I like is actually more vintage than new. So that's why I browse eBay every single day, and I put, I just do that all the time. Yeah. Right, Zoe, I keep going for 3 hours, right? Because you can't be, you're going to come back, are you? Yeah. I can't be doing with little beads, and I don't think big beads look nice. I watched a video the other day because I watch YouTube videos, and if I'm not concentrating, it goes on to something else, like I say. So you find yourself watching some strange videos that you're not like subscribed to. And there was one there that had massive beads. She was crocheting for massive beads, and I thought, what's she making with it? Anyway, she was making a handbag, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah. My problem with the second-hand stores is being a big girl. The vintage clothes and that don't often fit me. Yes, I could lose weight, but that sort of involves a bit of effort, doesn't it? And you all know how lazy I am. I have got so many handmade tops because they don't wear out. I've got a couple of things that I made, well, more than a couple of things, a few things that I made when I was in the shop. And that's how long I've had them because they just don't wear out, do they, if you've made them yourself? I've got some that are a little bit on the small side, but I won't part with them. I keep thinking I'll grow into them one day, but of course I probably won't. And I've got a couple of cardigans that I won't part with, even though they're a little small, because my mum made them for me. And I wish I'd kept more. I've also got a really gorgeous sort of 3/4 length coat in an Aran stitching, cream Aran stitch that my aunt made for me, who's sadly passed as well now. And I treasure that. I try not to wear it much because I want to keep it nice, yeah. I haven't crocheted anything at that Celtic crochet book. Let me know if you do. I love a lot of things. It's chocolate milk, by the way, in case you're wondering. Yeah, it all depends what style you want. That's why I make a lot of my own tops, because being a big girl, I can make them bigger to fit me, Women's clothes, I tend to pick things that have elasticated waists because I'm a big girl. I'm a UK 24, so I'm not tiny. And a lot of size 24s don't fit me because I'm a bit chubby around the waist. So everything I have has elastic in it, Ready for when I have a big meal, I've got elasticated waist. I put something on for Christmas Day because we were going out for dinner. And I put one thing on and then I thought, no, not putting that on. It's a bit tight. I need room to spread out when I've had my Christmas dinner. So I went and got changed and put a skirt on that had an elasticated waist. I'm not done. Well, Katrina, I put lots of colours into things. But usually if I'm doing a scarf, or if I'm doing one of those circular vests or circular jackets, um, I've done a couple of the top-down cardigans, and I stay with one theme on those usually. Mine's all purples and everything like that. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy the book reviews. Yeah. Um, I do them because I have bought so many books in the past and got them home, and I only like one design. Yeah, I'm cuddly. Big cuddles. Um, and so I didn't want other people to have that mistake. I thought, well, maybe they would like what's in the books. Maybe it's just me that doesn't like what's in the books. Um, because I'm older and I'm not up to date with fashion. So some of the things I think, oh, never in a million years. And yet a friend of mine who was younger than me, she used to look at me and say, oh, I really like that. And I used to think, what? Our library, I stopped going to it because they never had any crochet books anyway. So I couldn't get them out of the library to see if I liked them because I presume whoever ordered the books in the library thought that there wouldn't be a demand for crochet books. Magazines, oh, please, yeah. I think I've told everybody, it's no secret that Sue's in my will for my wool and my magazines and my books because my son, unfortunately, would put no value on them and he would just throw everything away or give it to a charity shop. So Sue keeps saying, can you crochet up a bit more wool, please? Because I don't want you to die yet and leave me all this wool. So I've not got to buy a lot more yarn and I have got to crochet more. But as for the magazines and the books, tough bunnies, you're going to have to go. She'll be there for about 2 years looking through the books. I've been collecting books since about the 1970s. I've got rid of a lot of my crochet books that are back from then because there were all this, the big humpy sleeves like they used to be in Dallas and Dynasty or something like that. And yeah, that's why I do my get me to part with them, Brittany. You'd have to have anaesthetic to get me to part with anything. I'm notorious for being a hoarder. Yeah, I get that actually from my dad's side. My dad hoarded anything to do with um, nuts, bolts, screws, anything that he thought coming useful. He would put it, and keep it there. Yeah, I have a great friendship with Sue. I'm very, very lucky with her and with Kelly when I see her. I don't unfortunately see Kelly as much, but we do have a good friendship. And I have another friend called Christina that I have a friendship with as well. So I have lots of friends, as you know, well, all of you, on the internet. But it is nice to have friends that you see physically that come to visit you and you sit down, have a cup of coffee with. And yeah, Kelly comes as well, don't you, Kelly? Unfortunately, not as much because she's got the boys and it's school holidays, and then she's been doing a course, haven't you? And so she's not been around as much as normal. And then she's had all these headaches and she's been poorly. So it's not that she doesn't love me anymore, is it, Kelly? She just hasn't been able to come around yet. I just wish I had transport sometimes and then I could go and visit Kelly. Yes, of course you're friends. Everybody's friends. I'm very lucky in the fact I have such a lovely support network all around. All around. Everybody's so nice. I'm very fortunate in the fact that I get very little criticism or whatever. I try not to be controversial in any kind of way. I stay away from politics usually. And yeah, Kelly's not been doing them because she's had the headaches, haven't you, Kelly? So it's put her off a little bit. So maybe when she gets sorted, she'll be back. Never say never, eh, Kelly? Yeah. I was saying about my dad, he collected nuts, bolts, screws, anything that he thought would be useful, bits of plastic, bits of everything. My mum wasn't much of a hoarder. She threw everything away. Usually things that I treasured, she'd throw away. But her sister, that I'm supposed to be the most like, my Auntie Edna, she had yarn shops in Wales, all over Wales. Um, and she always had big houses, even though there was only her and her husband by this time. And we used to go and stay quite a lot because she always had plenty of bedrooms and everything. And she had this one room that was downstairs in a particular place. It was called Glassfrey. It was in Lamford and we lived there for about a year or so when I was 7. I loved that house. Sadly, it's no longer there. And she had one massive, massive room downstairs. I don't know what room it was supposed to be because it had a big kitchen and 2 massive rooms downstairs. But it also had this great big long room that went the full length of the house. And it was like Aladdin's cave. She had knitting machines. She had everything piled up. If you think my craft room's bad, you should have seen hers. Of course, as a little 7-year-old, I was absolutely fascinated because by then I could knit. And I used to keep picking up balls of wool and saying, can I have this? Can I have that? And it was always, no, I'm knitting this with it. No, I'm knitting that with it. And I used to think she was the meanest auntie in the world. Anyway, apparently they tell me I am the most like her of all of the family, which I'm not really thrilled about because she was a very plain lady. She cut her own hair and she wore the same suit, like the business suit, the lapels and the straight skirts. And she used to wear the brogue shoes, if you know what I mean by brogues. And the only concession she had was she used to change the colour of her blouse every day. Oh, oh, sorry, May. I did send out notifications via email, but unfortunately, the link that I was supposed to be on, it wouldn't open for me today. So, yeah, yarn is in my blood. Yeah, I used to love when I was a child. My mum used to work sometimes in my auntie's wool shop. I think that's where she got the idea of getting one for herself. And I used to love sitting in there. My particular favourite was, the embroidery threads that were all laid out in different colours. In one of the shops, my auntie had stacks and stacks and stacks of these embroidery threads, and drawers and drawers full of mats that you could embroider, all things tablecloths and everything. What doesn't sound like me? Well, my auntie, yeah, she does. But she was really, but I mean, she used to cut the hair herself and she had it parted. Then she just put a grip in it. She had no pride whatsoever in her appearance, nothing at all. But rich, oh, wish she'd have left me something in her will, but she didn't. She didn't even leave me a wool in her will. That was the problem. I wish she'd have left me that in her will. Oh, one of her wool shops would have been nice, yeah. I'd have moved to Wales, yeah. Sorry about that. Let's go and call me coffee. Ugh. But that's how come we got a first wool shop when I was about 12. My mum had a bee in her bonnet and she decided that we would have this wool shop. And so that's what she did, yeah. Oh, you're going to leave us? Sorry, Ruthie. I'll make another Vader tomorrow, but this has got to be for today's Vader because I'm not doing another one. And I've still got nothing to show you tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. We'll see. Because I can't carry on with the bags until I get my new shears. That's my excuse anyway, I'm sticking to it. The sewing machine is up in the front room now, which looks really tacky. But it's where I sit and the light's better. It's on a table in there. So I was going to put it in here, but it's dark in here. I'm alternating between my chocolate milk and my coffee that's cold. But actually, I'm doing well. My nose has been running all day long. I've got hay fever or allergies or something. And I sort of sobbed my way all around Tesco's today when I was doing my shopping. I got through about 4 tissues. I was trying to salvage little bits, you know. Oh, hello, Lydia. Bye, Ruthie. Now I've got a cough now. Don't worry, I'm not passing my germs over the airways at you. Well, I don't know. I've kind of run out of steam. I don't know what I'm going to say next. I've only done an hour. Well, not even an hour yet. How come I managed to do 3 hours on Saturday last week? I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to sneeze. I've got allergies to something. I don't know what it is, but well, it starts me off. Yeah, it did. I didn't believe it was 3 hours, Cheryl. Honestly. One of my subscribers said to me, "Oh, I can't watch 3 hours." I said, "You had to be there." Oh dear, something's tickling my nose at the top. And I did hoover, so it's not dust. No, it wasn't nice out today. Luckily I managed to get to 57 people are online with me at the moment. Yeah. It was absolutely hammering down with rain when I was going to go, and I thought, no, something told me to just hang on a little bit longer. Anyway, it stopped raining, so I managed to creep up in my scooter and creep back without getting wet, so that was nice. I do not like getting soaking wet. I don't know what my allergies are. The doctor seemed to think that there was tree pollen because that's what's around at this time of year. But I'm sneezing more in the house, so I haven't got tree pollen in the house. I've got flowers in the house. But I don't know why they should suddenly make me start sneezing when they never have in the past, so I don't know. Yeah, I got some lovely yellow tulips from the guys for looking after the dog. And Christina brought me a bunch of chrysanthemums. Oh, I know allergies are awful. I never suffered with them until like this year's been the absolute worst. I mean, my son has terrible, terrible hay fever. Yeah, the flowers are in another room, Lydia, so. And I don't sneeze when I go in where they are. I sneeze when I'm sitting at the desk here. And I keep looking round, seeing what have I got round here. I don't have any air fresheners, or I don't have any, that I call them the joss sticks, the incense sticks. Joss sticks is showing me age because that's what they used to call them. They call them incense sticks now, don't they? I used to love going, I think I've mentioned it before, to St Ives in Cornwall. And they used to have some fantastic craft shops down there. I'm talking about in the late 60s. And everyone you went in sold like crochet, crochet things, shawls and that. Because crochet was very big, like in the late 60s. And they used to have beads, and they used to have the incense sticks and the candles and everything. And every shop that you went into was always burning, incense sticks. Unfortunately, a lot of them were patchouli. Now, patchouli is a scent of the 60s, but it's very, very strong. Yeah. I've not done a corner to corner. And my friend Christina's done quite a few. I made crochet bikinis in the 60s. I think I've mentioned before. There used to be a boutique in Oldham, and it was just a house, but he had it painted white on the outside with this massive, like, spider's web on the outside with a wooden spider. And he used to sell all these crocheted dresses and things like that. And I used to crochet for him. And I used to make him bikinis in the gold thread and silver thread, mostly gold, though, because gold was the seller, not the silver. And he used to take them to a tailoress to have them all lined. And he used to sell them as his cruise line. And I made him lots and lots of open work crochet dresses in a beautiful thread that they don't do now. It was called crochet. It was made by Twillies, and it was a mercerized cotton, and it was quite heavy, but it used to really hang, in a dress. It was gorgeous. I wished I'd kept some of my dresses, but I never did. And they were just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Oh my goodness. How can you sit next to her? She's wearing patchouli. I had a friend who used to drown herself in poison, that. Oh. I like patchouli at a distance. It's a bit like brass bands, isn't it? They sound better from afar, I don't like patchouli on me or whatever. No, those bikinis I made were not for swimming in. They're for lounging about because they were that gold thread stuff, yeah. Oh, I used to wear a bikini when I was young. Yeah. I haven't always been a fatty. I was quite slim when I was young. I used to wear a bikini up to being in my 30s, I think, really. Oh, gosh, I couldn't work with her. I'd have to tell her to go outside, sit in her own room. I don't mind it for incense. Yeah. No, the spider in the web wasn't creepy because it was all made out of wood. So it wasn't looking like a real spider or a real spider's web. It was just like decoration. It was an old house that he'd converted into a shop, and he painted the outside of the house all white, and this spider and this web was sitting outside of it. It was a great place. I'm trying to think what it was called now. But it all came to a sudden end when, unfortunately, he needed teeth out. He was petrified of the dentist, petrified. So at the time, you could go and get anaesthetic. Remember, we're talking in the 60s when it was all, you had this injection in your arm to have your teeth out. And he went down to Harley Street in London thinking he was paying the best to have the best treatment. But unfortunately, he had an adverse reaction to the anaesthetic and he died. So that was the end of my crocheting career for a boutique. Sad, really sad. And since then, I've never had the opportunity to do any more crocheting for a shop. So I did once, a craft shop started up. Well, I've crocheted for 2 craft shops, but they were both in the wrong position. They didn't get passing trade, and my stuff wasn't displayed very well. I mean, putting things like crochet cardigans and that on a hanger is not kind of the best way to display them. They just go all droopy and sad looking. So next door's dog is barking. Yep. Yeah, I could have crocheted him a few teeth, yeah. He was such a lovely guy as well. Yeah, he left a wife and 2 kiddies as well. It was a shame it was. All because he was too scared to go to the dentist. If he'd have just had him taken out normally, he would still be here, probably, wouldn't he? But why are you freezing to death, Nerdy Stitcher? Put your heating on. Put your woolies on. Get your shawl and your blanket. Time to plug in. What you plugging in, love? I got visions of like Frankenstein's monster then, you know. I thought he's going to plug himself in. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, no, I'm not a witch, thank you. Oh, dear. Yeah. 45 outside. Yeah, I think, yeah, that sounds cold. Although it's not cold for England, that, yeah. Doilies and tablecloth, no. No patience for that. And I've got arthritis now, so I can't hold a small hook here. Am I Mrs. Calder? The hell's that? The trolls are back, you're right there. I have no idea who Mrs. Calder is. Oh, you're having odds and ends for your dinner, right? Yeah, I spy trolls about as well, yeah. Why do they want to come in on a crocheting channel? I don't know. Yeah, weirdos. That's the kind I attract. I told you I got asked out on a date by a blind man, didn't I? And then I got asked out on a date by a homeless person with a new blanket. Yeah. I just attract these kind of people. I do. I always get the nutter on the bus that sits next to you, you know. I remember one time I was going to Manchester when I could walk about, and this guy got on and sat next to me, and he had a black plastic bin liner on his head, knotted at four corners like that. So I immediately think, bit of a nutter, you know. So then he said to me, "You're looking very beautiful today." I said, "Oh, thank you." He said, "Are you going to the bingo?" I said, "No, I'm not going to the bingo." And then he started chatting to me, and he goes, "I've really enjoyed our chat. Where are you going? Can I come with you?" And I went, No, I'm meeting a friend." And then he said, "Well, what bus are you coming back home on? Because I'll wait for you and I'll get on the same bus." And there was this guy in front. He was a doorman. He had all the outfit on for being a doorman. And I could see his shoulders were shaking because he was laughing so much at this conversation. So I just